Scott, my friend, how are you?
What's up, buddy?
Not
Well,
much.
since you have your cap on, I shall put on my cap. See? Bam.
All about that walk-in wave.
Walk and wave. Well, we're not there yet, but we are, I think, close. I mean, it's kind of hard to believe. I just looked back at the beginning of the program. We started on May 7th, 2012, and now it's what? December 4th, 2014.
Yeah, 2.5 years later.
Incredible. Now, do I think I'm a better person? Probably not. No, but I mean, honestly, I have to say the time went a lot quicker than I could imagine.
I know it's sad. We're coming to the end of an era with the Dream Team.
Exactly. So I mean, and it's actually cool that we can, I look back and 11 of us started, 11 of us finished or are finishing now, and all the diversity that each of us have as far as you know, our experiences and etc. I mean, I think I can call up anybody and just say, "Hey, what do you think about this? I want to do this. What do you think about it?" You know?
It's a cool feeling just to know we have friends all across the country.
Exactly. And it's funny that how you, myself, and Michelle being on the other side of the world, basically, always found our way to do projects together.
I know.
I mean,
The night owls in us.
yeah, exactly. Thank God. Yeah, thank God I stay up late, you stay up late, and that's just perfect for her.
Yeah, she got lucky with us.
Funny. So, how do you think, honestly, how do you think everything has gone so far?
You know, coming into this program, I had been in the classroom and I had taught some courses and everything. And it's funny how I realized how incorrectly I was doing things compared to now being in my first semester as a full-time faculty. My teaching style is so different from what it used to be, you know, 3, 4, 5 years ago when I was in the classroom before.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say too much on that just because, I mean, I only taught one class at St. Thomas, and it was just like it was a lecture, and obviously it was the only way I knew how to do it is just on PowerPoint and just talk to the students, no interaction really. But recently, I've been teaching the lab as the Therex lab at school, but there's really no lectures. It's all okay. Here, this is what I have the list already prepared, and let's just do our hands-on stuff. So, I mean, I just don't know. I hear what you're saying and I can think what you're talking about, but I can't put into words if I have done it yet. So
I mean, I'm still doing a lot of trial and error and trying to figure things out. I feel we were gauged towards teaching smaller class sizes, classes of 10 to 15 students, whereas now I'm teaching classes of 40 students and seeing that some of the projects and some of the things that we implemented with the 11 of us
yes,
just doesn't work on the scale of 40.
exactly.
So I'm having to change things up, but because of this program, because of the knowledge that I've adapted, I'm capable of recognizing those things and making the proper adjustments heading into my second semester that I probably wouldn't have known beforehand.
Yeah,
And I have to say that I have to thank Dr. Kahanoff's course and Dr. Kahanoff herself in really highlighting and illuminating for me what my personal beliefs are and what my teaching styles are kind of going to develop to be. because she really brought that out of me.
Gotcha. Yeah, wasn't that the curriculum development class?
Yes.
Yes. You know, I think the biggest thing that I took out of there was, I developed, like a blueprint of an entry level master's program for Barry.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of work, for one person, but I think I gained a lot out of it. Learning how to put the KD proficiencies all throughout the program, looking, how to develop it from start to finish. And I think that's what I'm going to do with this clinical education plan is add that clinical education plan to that entry level masters, because right now Barry doesn't have one. Obviously, we know we're going to move to that one day.
Yeah.
So I think it's a benefit for myself going through that, and I think I can help out, at least have something documented now, and we can grow from there. With the
Absolutely.
professors at school.
Well, I really took from it because with Dr. Martin's course, when we talked about the theorists
Yes.
and the elements that way, we really attacked it from the pedagogical stance. But when we got to Dr. Kahanoff, she really talked about the andragogy, and I got to see, and that really kind of concreted to me and created evidence in terms of where I was having the disconnect with pedagogy,
Yes.
but still kind of attaching to it. Whereas with the andragogy, I wasn't fully there either. And
I think you
but
were stuck in between. I think you like
yeah,
both elements.
yeah, and that's what it cleared up a lot of things for me, and it also showed me that I have to have that static foundation, but from the foundation I can be flexible after that route's been started.
Exactly.
So I really learned a lot for myself through those kind of courses and kind of progressing through and developing from there.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's funny because one of my colleagues that actually graduated from Rocky Mountain University, you know, while he was going through it, he told me, he goes, I thought I knew a lot, and I realized in the program that I really did not know anything, and it opened up his eyes. I mean, it opened up my eyes to a whole different world. I mean, especially in the education part, because I mean, yes, I could have, when looking to further my education as far as going to a terminal degree, I could have done it at Barry University for free, but it's doctorate in education or a PhD in higher administration or educational leadership, and I'm like, I can't I can't sit in classrooms and talk about education all day. I want to know athletic training. And
Yeah,
and then I found this. I mean, through Chris, he mentioned this program to me, and I'm like, I looked at it, and I'm like, you know what? This looks like the program for me. It's a terminal degree. It's all about athletic training, and the educational portion is towards athletic training education. And I actually kind of, with Dr. Martin's class and all the educational classes, I'm like, I could, it does interest me, the educational theory and curriculum design and, assessments. I think it's actually, it's cool. I can see where the professors and what they're doing and how things are lined up. It makes sense to me now, I guess I should say.
yeah,
And I remember putting in a post, one of our forum posts, that I can see it. I see where the hidden curriculum is in this program. I forget where I put that in the forum, or which forum. And I must say, I will not miss the forum posts.
no, we'll not miss those at all.
Nope.
I mean, they were nice to have the conversations, and we did get a lot out of them.
Yes.
But there was a lot of times where it just felt like busy work, and Was just
Yes.
doing them to get them done. But, did obtain a lot of important and useful information out of them, so they served their purpose in
Yeah, and I think
developing me.
yeah, and I think the purpose is to keep us engaged. It's almost like having a conversation if we were in a brick and mortar classroom,
Yes.
and that's what it's for. You know, sometimes you might put little thought into it and just post to get it done, or you might actually say, you know what, I have, this is my feelings, and this is how, and you have a whole threaded conversation. So it keeps us engaged.
Yeah. But,
But
dude, can you just imagine this time next year we're going to be, or we should be knee deep into our studies?
I mean,
Like,
it's hard. It's sometimes I can't wrap my mind around it. Honestly, I think
and
I have a long ways to go, but
I
I
think both
like
of
the
us do.
way. The what?
I think both of us do.
Yes, and, but I think the way the curriculum is set up and how we had the two, what was it, the proposal class and the dissertation prep class,
Yeah.
and I think actually in the other cohort for the DH the doctrine of
DSC.
science, the health sciences, that is switched. I think it's dissertation prep first and then proposal second.
Okay.
I believe so, and I think it's just from what I understand is dissertation prep is going to prepare them or get your prospectus, and then now in proposal class, now you do a lot more literature review, and you're a lot more writing versus presenting.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I just find it funny with mine and how I kind of came full circle with my idea, and that when I started the program, I wanted to do something on stretching, and I just saw that there was so much research out there on stretching that I decided I didn't want to do that. So I went with another manual therapy, and now that I've kind of landed on that and I'm coming back, I'm comparing it against stretching.
Yep.
So it's funny in how where our interests lie and how we are able to kind of stick with that and do something fun with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and that's what a lot of people say. You have to be passionate about your topic, and because it is going to be a rigorous process, and I mean, you have to have fun with it. You're gonna
Yeah,
have to just to make it enjoyable. Hold on,
it's
buddy, one
just
second.
so
Let me go grab another
meticulous.
beer. Get another beer. All right.
It's
But at
just
least,
funny how meticulous the process is.
yes. But I tell you one thing, I came in, I did not have a clue what I wanted to do my dissertation on, and I think that's what was our first class, was it scientific writing with Dr. Alvar? Is that the class that we had to get up in front of everybody? And
Yes,
why are we here?
yep.
And yes, and what our dissertation topic
That's
is
when we
going to be.
started our fights with the PTs because of Rachel and me. Basically saying we're athletic trainers and we love being athletic trainers.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, that was some crazy times there. But I had really no clue on what I wanted to do. I thought I wanted to do something on how to be a better preceptor or something about the athletic training students and education and stuff like that. But now I'm doing something on more of concussions in taekwondo. And it all started with the epidemiology class with Dr. Dompierre. We found an article and it was like, you know what, that would be a great study. I think we need to expand on that. And it's like, yep, that's perfect. I'm passionate about taekwondo. So it's just crazy how the time flies, and where we started and where we are now and where we're going.
I just have to say I have been, I wouldn't have started this program if it weren't for Dr. Caphart. And I've been so thankful to have him with me throughout this whole process. You know, going through the 3 different biostatistic courses and him continuing to be on my committee that, you know, I've known him for 15 years now, and it's been an awesome experience to have my original mentor continuing to develop me and work with me and get me progress through this program and to get me through my study. So I have to say that that's something that I've been thankful for from day one, and knowing that I've just always had him in my corner, kind of going through this process.
So he was the stitch man in the corner.
Yep, he definitely was. He definitely did a lot of proofreading for me over the last 2.5 years, a lot of phone conversations with me. You know, anytime we were going through biostats, everybody was like, with a question, Vince, just call Dr. Caphart.
Exactly. I remember those days. Yeah.
And you would always laugh because I just call him Tom.
Yeah. Exactly. Just no shame. All the professors that their names are Dr. Caphart or Dr. So and so, and you're just like this. Hey Tom, listen, I got a question here. And I'm like, oh wow, this guy's just on a friendly level.
Yep. I'm in my own world.
Yep.
Living on a different plane.
Yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed those. Dr. Caphart was a great professor. All his little videos on the biostats and all that.
I know. I wish more teachers would have did something like that.
Yes. And I know they do some screencasts. Dr. Martin does a lot of screencasts. Um, but I think some of the courses could have had more, especially the neuro. Um, which
I
one was
think
it?
all of the courses could have had more videos for us to watch in terms of them lecturing and giving us a little bit more concrete ideas. I think that was probably the biggest downfall of the program.
Yes. Yeah, and I think it's just something that we can always, you go back and look at. Oh, I didn't understand this concept. Let's go back and look at the video, versus
Yeah,
trying to figure it out ourselves. But maybe that's just you know, the way that professor is learned how to teach online. I don't know,
yeah. Well,
but
that was one thing that, with my personality at least, you know, I always laughed as people would complain about professors and the time that it took them to get back to them, because all they would do would email. And I would just look at it as, we've got this person's phone number. I'm just picking up the phone and calling and figuring out this stuff in 20, 30 minutes versus over 3 or 4 days by emailing back and forth.
yes,
And
yeah, I
that
remember.
I was never afraid to just pick up the phone and call a teacher.
Yeah. And I remember having those conversations with you, and at first I would do the emails, but then after having your conversation, I was like, you know what, he's darn right. I'm just gonna pick up the phone and call him,
Yeah,
which is so much easier.
absolutely 100% easier. Plus, you get to
Yeah.
build a better relationship through talking to them versus emailing.
Exactly, and yeah, because sometimes email, they might perceive a question or perceive the way it sounds wrong, maybe, but
Yeah.
it's instead of it just it's a quick. You figure everything out. You have your questions right then and there. Some questions pop up, and you know as you're talking, and you can iron them out then.
Yep, absolutely.
Exactly.
But,
So what
well,
else?
I don't know. I think that's it.
Yeah.
It's that sad time where, you know, we got to see our group for 8 times, and I think that's one thing we got lucky on, dude, is the cohesiveness of our group,
Yes.
the connection that and the bonds that we made.
Yes.
From listening to Dr. Martin talk, it doesn't sound like that always happened with the previous cohorts.
Exactly.
And that's one thing that I've been appreciative of from day one, you know, that we created a different family.
Yeah.
And, family is a special word to me, and it's nice to know that it was something that was created.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's just, I mean, it's crazy that, I feel that, yeah, you and I became, got close friends, especially with, you, myself, and Michelle. We're very tight, and
Yeah.
then it's like with everybody else, I could still, I just sometimes just think of them and just send them hey, you good? A little text message, hey, you good?
Yeah.
Just a little, what's up? Hey, I'm thinking about you, bud. I'm thinking about you, you know.
Yeah.
But and it's just 2, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, I hope I can, and I can honestly say that I feel I can actually call up any one of us and say, hey, what do you think about this? Hey, I have this idea. Do you want to collaborate on this or
Yeah,
something?
absolutely.
You know, but yeah, and it's weird that we will not see each other next semester except online, maybe.
I was going to say, we'll probably still do our late night sessions just to get ourselves motivated and studying for comps.
Well, I tell you, and you know what, and that you just brought up something. I think all of us motivated each other. We all of
Yeah.
us, you know, stuck behind one another, and sometimes I would see people not post yet on a forum and say, "Hey, listen, the forums do," you know. But I think we all motivated each other just to keep on trucking, basically.
And I got to say, I appreciated Nora's document at the beginning of every semester when all the assignments were due.
I looked forward to that.
I
you know.
loved having that document from her.
Oh man, that document saved me a lot.
That helped
Because
me
it,
plan and
it's,
organize and stay on task so much.
oh yeah, I just cross it out, done, done,
Yeah.
done. You know, yeah, that document really that came in handy. And I tell you one thing, it's just you look at the our professors, and I think we can actually give them a call at any time. I think we built up relationships with our professors that any given time we can call them, and if we have questions on anything, even after we finish Rocky Mountain,
Oh, yeah.
and that's another great thing.
No, I definitely, there's, you know, Dr. Martin, Dr. Elvar, Dr. Kahana, Tom, or
Yep.
Dr. Cathart.
Yep.
you know, those people are in my, first four to call on stuff.
Exactly. Yep.
And that's, something I've always kind of lived with in my philosophy is make sure you always surround yourself with people that are smarter than you. And because that's how you get better. And having those four people in my corner, and Dr. Spiker, Dr. Spiker's, my committee chair. That's a person that I'm gonna have a lifelong connection with. So
Exactly.
that's five very bright, intelligent people that I have in my life now because of this program, let alone the other 10 of you from my class.
Yeah.
That's why I say, like, it's been arduous, it's been frustrating, it's been joyous, it's been
A
just a
roller coaster.
plethora of just other emotions, but it's been worth it
Yeah.
for all the
And
hard
it's
times.
yeah, and it's crazy that we can. I mean, we did it all while working full time,
Yes.
traveling. You know, some of us have families. Some of us had some, issues in life that happened, and you know, we stick by each other, and we got through it. I mean, now the big step is now passing comps in our dissertation, but I mean,
Yeah.
I think we're over a big hump in this program by finishing the courses.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep, and I'll tell you one thing. In closing, I think this is topping off. This is closing out dissertation prep.
Yeah. Cheers to you, bud.
Cheers. I'll talk to you, buddy.
All right. Have a good night.
Later.